Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the February 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Cancer. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising to get a full picture of everything that's going to happen for you in February. But with that being said, let's go and jump in. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at things that are wrapping up, so what's happened in the last few weeks or month. Column number 2 is going to be focused all on February, just in general. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in our 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. At the end, we'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a healing note, and your crystal of the month as well. But let's go and jump in and get started and see. We're going to pull a card that serves as a summary here with the card Unity. So likely feeling more unity in the last few weeks or month, Cancer, which is always good. Be united with those around you. Be united with your inner self. In the case of that card, she's hugging the globe. So, being united to our surroundings. But let's see what messages we have. So what's been going on for you? The first card we have is the Judgment card. Anytime I see the Judgment card, I think it's important to note that this is a card that is in your favor, Cancer. But the Judgment card is a card of clarity. It could be some sort of final decision. It could be a wake-up call of some sort. It's kind of a reminder that you're on the right path in life. But definitely a card of clarity. So you might be feeling like you're doing things correctly. You're on the right path for 2022. A decision could have been made to, or you could be receiving some additional clarity. The next card we have is the Chariot card. Somebody once described this to me as the Vroom Vroom card. This is a card of action, change, being on a journey. In some cases, you actually could be getting a new vehicle as well, so some of you could have gotten a new car recently. This is like saying that things are moving and shaking. Things are in action, they're in motion. At the bottom here, we have the Three of Swords. This is a card of heartbreak, loss, depression. It's really low feelings with this card. So some of you could have been very sad about something in these last few weeks as well. But let's clarify and see what messages we have coming through with clarifying cards. So we have 2 kings in this row, kicking off with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, it's very leader-like, it's very tolerant, it's very empathetic. I'm getting that these are all traits within you. Maybe there's some sort of decision or some sort of clarity that happened for you that now is making you more supportive, that has made you more leader-like, that's made you more tolerant, that's made you more empathetic. Maybe somebody came to you and said something to you, Cancer, and it like changed you to your core, where you're like, oh my gosh, why was I so mean to this person? Or why wasn't I supporting this person more? There's almost like some sort of aha moment that happened that are triggering these feelings in you, this supportiveness, this leadership, this tolerance, this empathy. All good things though. The next card that we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of feeling unfulfilled, but it could also be a card of surprise gifts with this 4th cup kind of floating in on the side here. I would say that unfulfillment is driving this Chariot motion. I think you're moving away from something where you weren't feeling great and now you're on this path. I think this is good confirmation because with the Chariot, if you look, you're basically leaving like all these beautiful castles and towns behind. You don't always know where you're going, but with the Chariot, it's a reminder that you're on the right path, even if you don't know. So I do think that you're moving to a more fulfilling place in life. Then here at the bottom, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is about being practical. It could be investment-wise. Maybe some of you made an unfortunate investment and that's been bothering you the last few weeks. It could be an investment. It could be a car. It could be a house. Something that you invested in I feel like is not going correctly for you. This is also a card of being solid and practical though. So I would say don't overthink things. Think practical. Think wise. Make practical, wise decision-making rather than maybe emotional decision-making, Cancer. Now let's move into our next column and take a look at what's coming for you for February. We have the card Potential. endless potential, Cancer. Let's see what cards we have for you. The first card we have is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is sometimes having to compromise or having to make a decision between two things. I will say the message that I'm getting here, Cancer, is that this decision is going to unlock potential that you didn't know was there. But of course we'll clarify. Then we have the Magician card. The Magician card is good anywhere we have it in the reading. This is a card of being focused. This is a card of being creative, but it's turning your visions into reality. You can have it all with this card. You have this infinity abundance sign. You have a cup. You have a pentacle. You have a wand. You have a sword. You can really do whatever you want here. The Magician is saying that the potential is endless here. Then we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is speed of action. It's quick change. It could be news coming in, but something is shifting. Something is moving. Let's clarify and see what we get here. We have the King of Wands to start with. The King of Wands is a new project, new inspiration, urge to create. What I'm getting is like you're going to have the option to choose between something old and something new, and I do think that you're going to go down this new path. In some cases it may feel like a compromise, Cancer, so just keep that in mind, but go with this new thing, with this King of Wands. This is very bold, this is very powerful, very courageous, very charming. So take the new path. Then here we have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, anytime we have an ace card, is new. It's a sign of newness. So we have new job, new raise, new promotion, new investment, new income. Again, for some of you that decision could be career related, but what this is saying is like anything you want you can have, especially when it comes to money. Ace of Pentacles is very much so a money card. Some of you may not feel like you can get what you want when it comes to money, and this is confirming that you can. Or career or investment. You can absolutely do that, all of those things. Then we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card of clarity. It's a final decision. It's kind of your wake-up call, your life purpose. You had a Judgment card in our previous column, and now you have the Judgment card again. I feel like you just keep realizing things. You keep learning more, Cancer. You keep getting news coming in, and all of these things are like shift, 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 shift. It keeps putting you on the right path. The world keeps redirecting you and putting you on the right path. So keep going forward and making all of these little shifts in life. Definitely the potential is unlimited, and it's like when you think you've reached your peak, you shift again and you see more, and you shift again and you see more. So just keep riding that cycle as the world keeps shifting and putting you on the right path, Cancer. The next column we have is money. So this is anything related to money, career, finance, job, investments, businesses you run, really anything related to money. The first card we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is very curious. This could be gossip or like prying eyes. I feel like somebody could be watching you at work is the message that I'm getting. Like your boss might be checking on you to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So just be aware of that. I'm getting the message that you're being watched on something that you're doing. The next card, however, though, is the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. This is you're a hard worker, but you're a good worker and you're good at what you do. Makes sense in the money column because many of us do work for money. So as people watch you, I think it's going to be okay because they're going to see that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. For some of you, this could be a shift too. You might not have previously been enjoying your work, but for some of you, I think you will actually start enjoying things a little bit more. Then at the bottom here, we have the Nine of Wands. This is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. So if you see all these wands are stuck into the ground, but rather than creating a wall, it more created a fence, and you have the ability to filter in the things that you want and filter out the things you don't want. So I would say make sure that you're maintaining boundaries at work too. Like, Don't just say yes to everything. If you have too much going on, make sure you're clear and say that. If you don't have enough work, you need to do the same also though. But it's like keeping and maintaining healthy boundaries for yourself. Let's clarify this column though and see what we come up with. We have the Ace of Swords at the top here. The Ace of Swords is a new idea, new mental clarity. You do keep getting clarity coming up as well, Cancer, so keep that in mind. Sometimes this could mean new conflict also. For some of you that are like being watched, that could cause some sort of conflict. Like that person checking in on you could cause some contention. But again, this is new ideas, new mental clarity. This is new truth. So those prying eyes might lead to truth, or those spying eyes or that kind of gossip might lead to more truth. They might see exactly how hard you're working and that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It feels positive for the most part. Like I said, for some of you, it could cause some rivalry or some issues, but I think it's kind of like validation. Okay, they were doing what they were supposed to be doing at work. Then we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a new project or a creative idea. I do think some of you are going to be taking on new work. Again, you're working really hard. We now know that you're working really hard with those two cards above. It's kind of validated. So you could be getting a new project or a new task. I also mentioned that some of you could be going from a state of unfulfilled. I do think this new thing will be fulfilling too. So if there's an opportunity to kind of shift the work that you're doing, Cancer, I would say go for it, because I think you'll enjoy the new more than you would what you're currently doing. Then we have the Nine of Swords here at the bottom. If you look at this card, this person is sitting up in bed. They're like having nightmares. They're worried about something. I feel like some of you are going to be worried about work or financials, and my advice is to not. But we do need to keep boundaries. So when I was talking about this card earlier, it was like making sure you say no if you're overwhelmed at work, or ask for more work if you're slow. What I'm going to say now that we see the Nine of Swords card, this also comes up as financial boundaries too. Like, don't spend more money than you're comfortable with. Make sure you're keeping good finances and you're keeping to a budget and you're being thoughtful in the way that you spend money as well. So the next column we're going to take a look at, Cancer, is our fourth column, and that's related to love. So anything related to love, relationships, family, children, all things love related. And let's see where this takes us. The first card that we have is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. This is also a card of like solo pleasure. So some of you could be going out and doing things on your own, whether you're single or you're in a relationship. I feel like this is kind of saying like take time for yourself. We don't have to do everything with our significant other. So just keep that in mind, Cancer, as you go through the month of February. Take time to do what you want to do. Take time for yourself. This is also a good card, self-sufficiency. Even though this is, again, the relationships column, self-sufficiency is a good thing. It's saying that you can be dependent. It doesn't mean that you have to be independent, but you can be independent from your partner and spouse, which is a good thing. The next card we have is the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have a new card, or excuse me, anytime we have an ace card, it's a sign of newness. In this case, the Ace of Wands is a new project, new inspiration, new urge to create. I think some of you that are single are now going to be ready for a new relationship, and you'll be pushing forward. You're looking for that new relationship. If you're in an existing relationship, I would recommend get creative. Like, instate a date night once a week. Maybe instate a one night a week where you go out and do your own thing. But do something different, do something creative, whether you're single or in a relationship. Then at the bottom here, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is having many choices. In some cases, this can be commitment issues. So some of you could be feeling commitment issues in your relationship, but in general, this just kind of like indicates a lot's going on. There are a lot of options. You see there's something different happening in each of these cups. Again, I keep getting that you should like do your own thing from time to time. Maybe you're doing too many things together and you just need that alone time. So keep that in mind and take that how that resonates, Cancer. Let's clarify this column though and see what we've got going on. The first card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of rest, retreat, renewal. It's about solitude, which we talked about, being alone, doing your own thing, recovery. I'm just getting that like doing something for yourself, doing something on your own is going to be super beneficial for you, Cancer. I'm going to continue to echo that card. I feel like you're going to feel really recharged and rested and healthy with just some quiet time to yourself. Maybe you pick up a sport one night a week that you do on your own. Maybe you go get your hair, makeup, nails, massage, something for yourself. To just keep that in mind, those solo outings. The next card that we have is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wishes coming true. It's material abundance. It's good health. I think this could be an indicator of good health in your current relationship or future relationship. But really whatever you want is going to happen. So again, I feel like some of you are going to shift and be ready for a relationship, and in that case it's going to happen for you. Some of you could be ready for the next step in your relationship and it'll happen for you. Maybe you've like always wanted to do date nights and you could never get them to work out. I think they will work out for you now. So do whatever this new thing is. Then at the bottom here we have the Ace of Cups. Again, remember those ace cards are new cards. This is an indicator of new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. Some of you could be finding out that you're pregnant. Maybe, again, we have lots of different things going on, lots of different options. This could be a new relationship. Maybe you have multiple options and you're going to decide to start dating this one person exclusively. You could be going from boyfriend-girlfriend or girlfriend-girlfriend, boyfriend-boyfriend to whatever to engaged, or you can be going from engaged to marriage. But there's some sort of next step happening in the love family relationship column happening for you there, Cancer. In the fifth and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Alchemy. Alchemy is an interesting card. In the spiritual realm, it kind of means like letting yourself go. You're transforming, but you need to like set yourself free. So let's talk about that and see what messages we get in that fifth and final column. Again, a message from your future self or spirit guide, something to carry into the month of February with you. Look at our Aces of Pentacles here in the same row. Always love that. First thing we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the card of Prince or Princess Charming. It's like that knight in shining armor card. It's very charming, it's very romantic, and typically indicates some sort of proposal. Again, it could be new relationship, actual proposal to like husband and wife, or it could be business proposal. But again, very sexy, knight in shining armor type proposal coming your way. This could be like that transformation or the key to unlock that alchemy for you. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. This is another money card. I feel like some of you are going to be setting yourself free or transforming in the money realm. This is new job, raise, promotion, investment, some sort of new income. Then at the bottom here, an interesting card to get in this column. I'm looking forward to see how we clarify this. We have the Five of Cups. Again, this person's head's hanging low. Their back is to us. They're dressed in black. There are 3 of the 5 cups that are knocked over, and this person is almost grieving these cups being knocked over. The Five of Cups is a card of loss, regret, grief, these kind of low, sad feelings. Hopefully you're setting yourself free from this position and moving on, but let's see what we get here. We have the Nine of Pentacles again. This is a great card for money. So again, you have 2 money cards coming in this column. But again, this is going back to the solo pleasures. I know that sounds weird, but that's like to the T, the meaning of this card is doing things on your own for you. Maybe we're entering this piece where like you are your own kind of knight or prince or princess and charming. Like you're really taking care of yourself here with the Knight of Cups. It's very romantic, it's very proposal-like, but I feel like that's you treating you, if that makes sense, Cancer. The next card that we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration. It's family, friends, reunion. It's on top of that Ace of Pentacles. Whatever this money thing is that's happening, definitely will be celebrating it. It's going to be huge. Again, it's part of this like unlocking this transformation. So many shifts. I think I said like shift earlier. It's literally like shift for you, Cancer. And it just keeps continuing. We have the Seven of Wands here at the bottom. This is a card of self-defense, protecting yourself. So you're on top of this hill, and then all these other people are trying to hit you with their wand, and like what I'm getting is you get to move away from this period of self-defense. Possibly that's why some of these low feelings are happening. Like if you're constantly having to defend yourself and stand up for yourself, it gets exhausting, it gets sad. And I think that's part of that alchemy, part of that setting yourself free, part of that transition. You're going to get to move away from that stage. Overall looks really, really good, Cancer. Now let's move into our yes or no questions. So we're going to do 3 yes or no questions using the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 9 of Spades. This is number 41 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the Ace of Diamonds. This is the number 9 card. That's going to be a no. And Cancer, question number 3, we have the 10 of Spades. This is number 30 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, no, no, Cancer. Then we're going to take a peek at the Healing Stones deck. We're going to pull crystal for the month of February for you, Cancer. This month you have Rhodonite. This is a crystal for closure. It really helps you have balance, and it helps you get through traumatic past experiences. With all these shifts, it's going to help you keep move, check and adjust, if you will. Then last but not least, we're going to do a card from the Healing Notes deck because we can always use more healing. With this crystal, keep it in your pocket, put it on your desk, put it on your nightstand. But your healing note, people don't always need advice. Sometimes all they really need is a hand to hold, an ear to listen, and a heart to understand them. Thank you so much, Cancer, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how this video resonates with you. If you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. I usually post a couple a month for Cancer. Also, if you feel inclined, I'd include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Cancer, and have a fabulous February.